You know, a very tragic thing happened today. The owner and the CEO of OnlyFans passed away. And I was thinking about, putting out some kind of statement, some kind of response, and some kind of speech related to this. And, the most that I can say, to be as heartfelt as possible, because I want to be respectful, to the loss of life. And, I kind of want people to understand that, human life is valuable. And, so, when someone passes away, the CEO of OnlyFans, the only thing I could say to that is good fucking riddance, you dirty. You see, Jays are not human beings. They're not human beings at all. They're animals. They're creatures from the dark lagoon, so to speak. Now, let's be realistic with ourselves here. What is the demographic that OnlyFans is pushed to the most? Younger women, dare I say, teenage girls entering into adulthood. Am I supposed to have sympathy for the piece of crap that has degenerated a bunch of young girls to exploit themselves on the internet for monetary gain? Is that who I'm supposed to have some kind of sympathy for? And get this, the CEO of OnlyFans was one of the biggest donators to the IDF during the Gaza genocide. So this guy is literally funneling money into accounts that are used for weaponry to unalive children. And this is the piece of crap that I'm supposed to have sympathy for? This is the piece of crap that I'm supposed to say, rest in peace. No, rest in pieces. Rest in pieces. But his nose is going to have its own grave. That's the thing about these Jays. The nose has to have an entire grave devoted to it. Now, here's another thing that's really interesting. If you look at this, and I've done the research, I've dotted the T's, crossed the I's, done everything that you're supposed to do. Like I said that backwards, but you get the gist. You get the point. Has OnlyFans ever been promoted to Jayish women? Do you see Jayish women going on OF? No, you see the Goyim cattle. They want all the Goyim women. They see Goyim women as disgusting and to be used as sexual objects anyway. That's how they see the Goyim women. That's in their Talmud. So what better thing to do than to dress up OnlyFans like it's going to be some big women empowerment thing, when all you're doing is you're selling your soul to sexual degeneracy for monetary gain. At some point, it becomes a little bit more than the money, and it becomes about, well, what's the price of your moral value? I mean, sure, I could pay someone $1 million to eat their own poop and jump off a bridge. Does that mean the person's going to do it just because they really want the $1 million? Come on, people. I mean, do they think that by eating their own poop and jumping off the bridge that they're empowered? I mean, this is social engineering and mental brainwashing and propagandizing to the ultimate max. Because whether people like to say this or not, there's no difference between OnlyFans and prostitution. There really isn't. And it's funny, since the inception of these OnlyFans and since the inception of these kinds of platforms, the definition of prostitution has actually been changed in the dictionary. Prostitution used to mean, in any Webster dictionary from 5 years ago or before, prostitution was defined as trading sexual favors or sexual related things for money. Now it's changed to mean just the actual act. Now I wonder who had something to do with those definitions being changed. Insert a track of Hagi Nagala. Insert that track. Okay. Here's the thing. Women get on these platforms and think they're empowering themselves and think they're being entrepreneurs by, selling pictures of their butthole for $3.99 a month. See, the reality of it is, you're entrepreneurs. You think you're on some kind of big business, and you're giving 20% of your final cut to the big J at the top, who runs. This guy was literally if you think about it, the biggest pimp in today's time is what he was. He was making money by millions of women exploiting themselves. That's what this guy's memory is. Oh, did I also need to tell you that this guy was the largest donator to AIPAC? The largest donator to AIPAC, which is the foreign lobby that completely controls our Congress, Democrat and Republican, through subversion of their money and campaign donations. So don't let them fool you when these Republican congressmen go and talk about conservative values. If they're taking money from AIPAC, they're taking money from this scumbag. I'm not even going to say this dude's name. Jiggle Bergenstein, it doesn't even matter. You see one J, you've seen all the J's. They're all the frickin' same. They're all the fucking same. Dehumanizing these women into tainting their souls and fulfilling the lusts of the flesh and working towards some kind and putting money over their own self-worth. The money is not going to be taken with you when you ascend. Your spirit will be going with you. What is the cost of tainting your spirit forever? Once shit like this is uploaded to the internet, it stays in the internet droves forever. Never goes away. You want to talk about carbon footprint? This is a spiritual footprint here. And then you have these OnlyFans women get on these big platforms and try to make this lifestyle look lavish, these bop house bimbos, try to encourage young women into doing this crap. And who do you think they were all working for? They're all working for big jewelry. And I hope in a way that people do some digging into this guy, and any young woman who is even considering doing this as some kind of empowerment tool, I hope they immediately subvert their plans and realize the last thing you need to be contributing to is Jewish degeneracy. And that's exactly what it is, trying to taint the spirit of the Goyim women, the non-Jayish women. That's exactly what it is, because Jays see non-Jayish women as sexual objects, so why not pimp them out and make them feel like they're empowering themselves? This is the scam that they have brought onto your young women by tainting their spirits and by exploiting their bodies. They encourage our young men to be porn consumers, and they encourage our young women to be porn producers. We are more than this. We are more than this. Jewry and Jayish degeneracy will not corrupt our souls. Because the truth of the matter is, our spirits are a gift. And our bodies do not belong to us. They're temples of God. And they are to be preserved just in that way. We can't just taint and corrupt them at will. And sure, you could be making money. And you know what? But the fact of the matter is, I think it's like 60% of OnlyFans creators don't even make $5,000 a month or something like that. It's a real high percentage that don't make anything. So even the argument that they're making a bunch of money really doesn't even hold weight. The entrepreneurship doesn't hold weight if you're giving, again, the big percentage to this CEO Bernstein, whatever. Who gives a crap? I don't even remember the guy's name, and I don't care. It literally doesn't matter. And you know what? He's in hell, where he belongs, burning forever. Nobody gives a crap about this piece of scumbag. And this is the truth of the matter. And frankly, people who don't see it are not looking. You're not looking. Jewish people believe they're better than you and they're more holy than you. So naturally, what they're going to do is they're going to take the women and they're going to make them look like whores. They're going to make them look like harlots. So that way they can point the finger and say, see, you non-Jays are a bunch of whores. So that they have the justification for the views that they have about us. So by these women going along with this OnlyFans crap, they're playing right into the poll, right into the part that they want played. They don't even need to force their hand. They're basically extending their hand out, and these women are taking the hand and shaking it. They don't need to force them to do anything. They're dressing it up as some grand opportunity and a grand hustle that so many women are involved in. Content creation. Don't those two words sound good? The double C? Content creation? Yeah, I mean, and you know what? 20 years ago, if you asked a bunch of young people, oh, I want to be an electrician. I want to be an astronaut. Now everybody wants to be a damn content creator. I mean, nothing against content creation, but shit has certainly changed in this country and in this world. They know what they're doing on purpose. They know it's a lucrative market, and they know that most of the people who get rich in content creation are Nepo babies or have already sold their soul to the system of Jewry. And that's why their content creation is successful. Most of the Joe Blows who do content creation do it on top of their 9-to-5 and don't make jack shit. And this goes the same thing for most women on OnlyFans as well. Most women on OnlyFans make almost nothing. So what's really the point here? What's really the point? Are we going to put our soul on a premium site and sell it to the highest bidder? Or are we going to preserve it for the Most High? We got to ask ourselves these kinds of questions, because if we leave our lives in the hands of wealthy corporations and rich CEOs, that's not where I want to put my life at. I mean, I'll put it in God's hand. I'll put it maybe in my family's hand, but I'm not putting it in the hands of CEOs. You see the track record of these people? You think they have the public's best interest at mind? Do you think this piece of crap cared anything about the millions and millions of women that were on his platform exploiting themselves? Do you think he really personally cared about any of these people? Once you eliminate morality, half the battle has already been won, and that's exactly what they've done. They've normalized this crap to the point now where criticizing it, oh, you're anti-women. You don't believe that women can make money on their own without a man, such and such and such. Well, if you're an OnlyFans content creator and you're a female, I hate to break it to you, but your subscribers are going to be men. So claiming you don't need a man and all your subscribers paying your bills are a man is fucking stupid anyway. So what's even the argument here? Truthfully, how is this empowering for women? You're tainting your spirit, you're selling yourself, and in the future you will not find any good man that's going to want to deal with you because you were an online prostitute. And that's just the fact. You have permanently tainted yourself. And it goes for men as well. Men who participate in this medium, you have permanently tainted yourselves and your spirit as well. And you have fallen right into the hands of international Jewry at its finest. Reject OnlyFans. Reject this garbage. May this guy not rest in peace. He's burning in hell. That's where he belongs, a piece of crap. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he's burning in feces as well. I know my listeners are going to get that reference. I hope he is burning in feces. Fuck this guy. Rega Bernstein, whatever. And think about the crux of this at its most inner core. You're telling women in order to be empowered for themselves, they need to go to a platform owned by a man and sexually exploit themselves to the highest bidder, then turn around and demand a man that is of the top 1% or a very high caliber male. That is not how that's going to work. Like, hello, those top 1% of men you're not even going to be in the ball bracket there. Because what you have done is if you were in the top 1%, you've gone down into the negative 1%. That's what you've done. You have destroyed your spirit. You have permanently tainted yourself to the point where that's always going to be in the back of someone's mind. Whether the girl was on OnlyFans 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago. We're going to be in a generation, if this generation encompasses and we go on to the next one, where you're going to have kids bullied relentlessly that their moms were on OF, selling their shit for $9.99 a month. I mean, some kids are never going to hear the end of this. So this has absolutely destroyed the moral fabric of our society. There's no defense that can be made that this is something positive that's happening. If anyone thinks that OnlyFans is positive, I want to have a debate with you. If you are serious about having a debate and you actually have a point to make, I will destroy and obliterate that point. Coming from a Christian perspective, if you want me to come from a secular perspective, I can do that as well. Because from a Christian perspective, it's just absolutely wicked. And the opposite of the morality that the Bible clearly outlines. You want a secular perspective? Well, how about moral degradation of society? How about now we're going to encourage a bunch of teenage girls that are all just standing in a line waiting to turn 18 so they can sell their soul off to the highest bidder. It's like they're only keeping their soul till they turn 18, then they sell it away. So I can argue this from many different points here. I'm versatile. I'm against Jewry of all forms and of all types. And I'm never going to back down from standing up for what's right. And this is wrong. And again, Reba Bernstein, Leonardo Rebowitz, whatever the heck this creep's name was, rest in hell.